welcome to another Top 32 game in Season 7 of the Marvel Crisis Protocol League. I'm joined by a whole host of different people. I've got with me Thad. How you doing, Thad?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm very well. I've got Moray as well here. Hey, Moray, how's it going up in Scotland?
Good morning.
And I'm joined by the ever amazing Alexa White. How's it going, Alexa?
It's going pretty solid so far today.
Good. Now, Alexa, I think you've got experience of both of these players. Do you want to talk us through
Yes.
what they're playing and what kind of players they are, what your experience of them?
So Will is kind of a personal friend at this point. And last I heard, because I have not sat down and faced him in a while, last I heard he was playing Convocation. But that may have changed since the cut.
It's still a convocation. It's looking quite, I would say, quite a broad convocation. There's some options there for scenario play. There's heaping of control, and then there's a Hulk for when you just want to throw that rulebook out.
Yes. And then when I played Barncat, he was running Guardians. And doing some very scary attrition Guardian stuff. Let me get the full list up.
So we've already had the priority roll. Will,
Yep.
Darth Balls in blue, one priority. I think he selected Secures and randomly chose Sword. And Barncat got Scroll. So we've got a big punch up in the middle, which is kind of good for Convocation. I like that.
Yeah.
We've got Dizzard is our accuser, so if you see any rules things, then you can, in the chat, you can let Dizzard know, and he will pick those up. Well, he's informing us as well. We got 17 threat, so kind of that standard build. Most players have got a good 17, kind of ready to rock out of the gates. Maybe there's slight tweaks depending on the shape, but I suspect it won't take as long to get your lists selected in this. Have we got sight of a Barncat's roster? Is he still playing Guardians?
Yeah.
He is playing Guardians, and he has a side of Black Order.
Yeah.
It's Ghost Rider Guardians, and then Black Order as an option to audible into. So I think if he sees an opportunity to abuse it, he will take it. At 17 points, it could be interesting considering it is a fight down the middle.
I think Black Order's a bit weird at 17 because your package of Thanos and Corvus only leaves you with 4 threat to spare. So you go 3 wide and you have to have a 4 threat who often is Voodoo. But on this crisis, I don't know if you... well, I guess with the scrolls, Voodoo's pretty good at making that single extract drop. But with Sword...
He is not playing Voodoo at all.
What? No, get out of here.
He's not playing either Voodoo or Black Cat.
In fact, you're seeing.
Looks like it's not going to matter. Cause
Yeah.
He seems to be going Guardians.
Yep. Okay, so this will be fun. We've got Ghost Rider Guardians versus Hulk Convocation. This is going to be a good old bloodbath in the middle here. And then we've got. It looks like we're going for. It's gone for Mordo as the leader. Not quite sure. He put the card down there for a second and then took it off, but I think it looks like he's going to select Mordo as his Convocation leader. So
And a weird fun side thing, Barncat is playing only characters that got adjusted.
Yeah, look at that. If you look at the cards on the right there, yeah, all those sideways cards tell you those have been touched recently in the update.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we have to declare leader until the setups occurred. So it looks like it's just been put to one side. On that, I will also say, having played Barncat, he's actually quite a big proponent of going 5 wide in Guardians. It's something he talked about after a game where he dismantled me quite handily.
Yeah.
So he's very keen on a 5 wide Guardians team. For, I think it's a bit of comfort. He just kind of likes that kind of like mid-sized team.
And he's also, I've heard him be a big proponent of Gamora, just as a character. From the time I have played him, he was talking a fair bit about Gamora, which if I'm not mistaken, is the only fourth threat in his list is Gamora.
So immediately looking at these teams, I mean, Clea and Mordo. How do we like the look of that setup?
It's squishy, which is interesting.
Because they often play more of a
It's
support role, don't they? Clea with the sort of the red skull, throw someone forward. She's got a decent throw there, so she can play some control late game. And Mordo with his tends to like being sort of just behind the front lines, bumping up people's attack damage. So, but
I think this is going to live and die on Hulk.
It does very much look like this is a team that can shove Hulk exceedingly well down somebody's throat, even better than many Hulk teams. You're looking at repositions from both Strange and Clea, and then damage boosting from Mordo. So that is one scary green giant.
But if there's a team that I look at to say, can we deal with Hulk? It's this, like, Star-Lord, Rocket, Ghost Rider, just all feel like things that cumulatively can take care of a Hulk.
that's true. But I wonder if I would be tempted to try and ignore Hulk and go, well, if I can take out Clea and Mordo, which isn't too hard, even through Ironbound books, then maybe just Strange and Hulk is not going to be enough to hold against just the numbers that you've got. So I think we're going to see a lot of punching. This is not going to be a diceless victory by any means, I don't think.
Yeah. Another thing to note is how heavy Barncat is on his energy attacks when facing Strange Supreme.
That's true. Yeah, so Strange has got that sort of defensive power.
Yeah.
But it also, that energy attack is going to come in really handy on the Ironbound books turn.
Yeah, I was about to say that it's one of the things with Guardians being very well positioned for Convocation is they still remain probably one of the most predominantly energy focused teams in the game right now, with Star-Lord's coming with energy, Rocket being stapled into most Guardian rosters, which certainly gives a slight advantage in Convocation. Ironbound books is nowhere near as good as, say, compared to versus Brotherhood.
Yes. So I quickly want to touch on the difference in restricted cards.
Yep.
They're both playing field dressing, but Barncat is playing Medpack, where Will is playing Brace for Impact.
So there's a couple of places that Brace might come in. Groot's got a throw on his spender, and Gamora's got her Assassin's Leap, which is like Black Panther's Pounce. So I think that will come in. I suspect that Medpack feels like it's going to be a more impactful card on this game, though.
Yeah.
But what I do like is Barncat's got Indomitable.
Yes. Which will really help into that Hulk, too, yeah.
I think it's a good. Actually, I discovered at my peril in my final game on the league how poor Indomitable can be into Convocation with the number of place effects that they have.
It's true,
and being very sad. But this time, with having a Hulk kicking around, that's probably going to play dividends.
And then just I always like, because Convocation have got a million tactics cards. It's worth just reminding everyone what Planes of Poldark does. So this is the equivalent of Dark Reign. It's the one where they get to Convocation characters get to re-roll.
No.
Is it not? Sorry.
It is any character making a mystic attack gets to re-roll all dice.
Sure. So that's Convocation characters for Will's team.
Yes.
Hulk doesn't do well with the mystic powers.
Remember, when deck building yourself, that does affect other mystic characters.
Sure. Let's just get down. So I quite like Gamora lining up against Strange. I like that positioning. By going wider than his opponent, Barncat got 2 deployments late at the end, and so was able to save Gamora until you could see where Strange was. I think that was probably the most important of the placements, so saving that to last is always good to see that happening.
Yes. I am interested at Will's first activation. Because whenever I look at a Brawly team that I'm running lower than my opponent and I have priority, my first instinct is to pass opening activation. But I'm interested to see what Will does.
Yeah, it looks like he's passed. Clock's gone over to Barncat. Barncat's going to go and I imagine flip the sword portal rather than go for the scroll. I think that's going to be the more important of the two scenario elements. And it looks like Star-Lord might be the only person going up that side.
Yeah, and so if you can just lock down that side of the board, suddenly the 50-50s mean less. Just by having one that is always yours, just because your opponent hasn't committed towards it, does a lot on this scenario.
How much in danger is Star-Lord right now of taking 2 Hulk bashes with Clear, moving in range 3?
He's definitely in danger.
That's one way to put it.
But also I don't think he's in danger. I think going after the bait of Star-Lord would be a bad move. Because suddenly you're committing the Hulk to one entire side of the board, and the rest of this very killy team can suddenly sweep around and take care of the rest of your squad, who is 2 very squishy characters and a character that doesn't match up super well against the person they're being put up against.
At the same time, you want, I mean, let's be fair, if you're running Hulk, you're wanting to be able to make a play somewhere here to hit a character. So, if not Star-Lord, who is your target?
Well, my target would be whoever walks up to that middle point first. I say you move Hulk forward earlier in the round with Clear, but you wait to actually activate Hulk until someone moves up to that middle point. Which is why I think this Bear Mordeaux move is very interesting. It's very good, because it's an activation that he doesn't mind displacing, and he's kind of laying this bait of, hey, you get this free sword activation if you want it.
Also, speaking of Mordo, he's taking the leadership with Convocation.
I kind of like that position for Mordo. Just kind of behind the front lines, like we were talking about earlier. Ready to buff up that Hulk when he comes in swinging.
And they are currently on the reposition side of leadership.
Yep, sure. So that's the one where when they take damage, they get to bamf within 1.
Yep.
Quite a lot of power generation in this Convocation team. No hits back and forth, but already out of the 4 members, 3 of them on 3 power.
Yeah.
So cagey play around the middle. I think Barncat is definitely respecting that Hulk.
Yeah. And also, Will is going to have to respect that Ghost Rider.
Oh,
Yeah.
5 dice coming down. That's clear, right?
That's Clear. That's Clear's power generation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ow.
Ow! Oh! Ow! Ow!
He hit a 1% chance if I remember the math right.
Yeah,
1.5% chance.
Something like that. That's not what he wanted to see, and with the lack of field dressing, with the lack of med pack as well. Oof. Okay. It's an early roll that's been impactful.
And he's moving strange.
So this is Clear using that power to move Strange further up. I think the idea is that Strange can move, attack, and then hopefully generate a power to get Gamora off the point to take the point. Whereas Hulk can already
generate 2 power. He needs to generate 2 power off of the attack,
Oh,
so he
of
also
course he
still
does.
has
Yeah,
1
yeah.
to interact.
You're right.
And Gamora has those winging it tokens.
I think he was just
He's,
eyeing that
he's
up.
signing up the options.
Yeah. Those cars seem very annoyingly placed for him.
Yep, and choice of table side can really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, unsurprisingly, we're actually going with Hulk up here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just making sure, because millimeters could well count for this. Yeah, I misspoke when I said it was a range 3 hop. It's range 2 hop within range 3 of clear. But then we have what everyone fears, which is a gamma leaping Hulk to try and close that gap.
Yep.
Yeah, Hulk's going to be making 2 attacks this round, isn't he? Unless
Again, he's nice
Barncat
and
just completely
centrally
seeds the
positioned, though,
centre.
so honestly, he's threatening anybody anywhere near that second senator, so the middle senator, as opposed to necessarily looking at Star-Lord.
Clear going to get herself some cover, because on 1 health she's looking very shaky.
Especially for that rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Groot
is a
is
rough
happy to
start
take a
clear.
Hulk to the face, it looks like.
Yeah. Because if there is a character to face tank a Hulk, it would probably be Groot
And then
out of his point value.
Juggernaut might do alright, but yeah, you're right, 3 threat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'd rather have Lizard, I don't know, but...
Certainly, in terms of a bait piece as well, that's kind of Groot's job, followed by Root, and occasionally staggering things.
So, all 3 sword bases currently held by Barncat and the Guardians.
Yeah. And there's a very real danger if Will goes into Groot. Here, that we could have a Rocket move up, Rocket make a single attack, gain a single power, and then be able to deadly duo. So,
Groot's going to struggle to get to the 2 power required, isn't he?
no, I'm saying if Will commits onto Groot.
Oh, I see. So that's going to give Groot the power. Rocket moves up, takes a shot, gets another power. Yep, that checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
I like that he's waiting.
punching Groot is a trap, so going with Strange is the right call.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking for another piece to commit. That's absolutely right. Let's say we're seeing KG play, but Guardians feeling a bit more confident of coming in with their numbers to be able to come across the board.
And I don't know how Will wins the sword base this round.
Well, by being lucky. So if Strange just double moves, I guess he could
If he
go
double
up.
moves and rolls well.
He's not going to get into within 2, though, is he, of Gamora? So he's just trying to be... Because Gamora has stealth now, he's trying to be inside 3.
Uh-huh.
So
Let's see.
I think...
I'm looking for a little help from Mordo.
I mean, it looks like he's just going for a kill you in the face. I'm just going to try and kill all these guys and then not worry too much about the crisis this round, try and get ahead on attrition. Strange into Gamora, Hulk into hopefully someone like Ghost Rider. Mordo's boosting up the dice here on this attack into Gamora.
Ooh.
Just the 1 block. Strange can pick up all his dice and go again, but maybe you just take 2 damage here.
Well, yeah, and he has to choose that before Gamora has to spend the winging it token.
Yep.
Looks like he went for it.
Oh, that's worked out well for him.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
He was-
Cool.
that's a
That makes up the clear roll, doesn't it?
Oof.
Yeah.
That is a dazed Gamora.
Yeah, that's a very dazed
oh,
Gamora.
man. how the tables turn.
So now he's got enough to scalpel himself onto the point and search for the senator.
Yeah, and flip the point.
Yeah.
That was a very good roll, right when he needed it.
And he'll have priority next round, so if he wants to, assuming he loses sword and Hulk gets pushed away, then Strange is in prime position to just take more off the board and then collapse that whole flank and then start attritioning up towards the middle. So solid early damage there. That's going to play into that game plan of just choosing murder. Seems to be the phrase of this round. A lot of the games, people are just going hard in with the attrition.
Well, in the top 32, is this one of two convocation that have made it through? Is this the only convocation that actually end up making the cut? I don't suppose anybody knows.
I do not know off the top of my head.
So
Meanwhile, I'll say there's been a lot of people have been talking on the discourse about Brotherhood, but there's not actually been as much talk about the about Guardians, who have got a really good showing coming into the top 32.
Yeah, Guardians are strong, but they're heavily dice dependent, and their new winging it tokens kind of help that. But some games you're going to just roll bad dice and you're going to lose through no fault of your own.
It looks like Rocket's immediately going into trying to go into Doctor Strange immediately.
Yep. Move up, make sure you're within 2 of Groot and within 5 of Strange. Yeah, that looks doable.
Yeah, that looks very doable.
That get him easily in range. It's a nice safe play, keeping Ghost Rider till last, so he has to activate Hulk first.
So yeah, Strange is going to get his sort of reverse pierce on this energy attack. Plus, of course, he's got all those rerolls. Now, this doesn't give Hulk very many targets. We talked about maybe going into Groot as a trap. Since I can see the possibility that Hulk just moves, throws Groot away, and stands on a point. Mordo's out of power. So, here comes the rocket. He has got winging it, so he's got 2 rerolls hanging. I wonder if they're just experiencing a little bit of lag here.
This is kind of also just classic Rocket stuff. You're constantly just the opportunist with that piece. You're always,
I think you might be picking those up and rolling them again.
You're always got something you can just pick on with that range 5. It's a good, somewhat reliable chip damage that you can produce.
Okay. So because it's a reroll, that crit doesn't explode, but because of the wild, he's going to reverse pierce 1 and take no damage. But gain of power. I think he gets power off that, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Strange Supreme is very good.
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit wrong about him when he first came out. I was like, is he any good? Is he just... But I think Convocation, he's really found a great home. So Hulk, what do you do with Hulk? Thad?
I think in this case, whoever said it earlier has the right of it. I would just move him up, throw Groot, and flip the point, because feeding into Groot just feeds into Ghost Rider, and that just leads to more damage on Hulk later.
Yeah, with getting that great opportunity on Gamora and looking at Prio next round, it's using Hulk as instead of for the control seems a lot stronger at this stage, and that's an opportunity that's come up due to the dice. You're not, the Convocation player's now not under pressure because he's got a target, so he doesn't need the Hulk to create one.
End of note, there's been, because that was only one attack to take out Gamora, Ghost Rider does not have enough power to do his Hell on Wheels.
It's true. So yeah, Ghost Rider realistically is only looking at the one attack if Hulk doesn't swing.
Mm-hmm. Also, Xavier, your Discord notifications are showing up on stream.
Yep, working on it.
Fantastic. I just got pinged by someone to tell you about it. But yeah, no, and I like, so there was something that Will was pointing towards, which was moving actually Hulk towards Star-Lord. And I think that's actually a really interesting play for him, because he can do the same thing he could do with Groot. You force the Ghost Rider into a much less advantageous position. You're still winning the point unless Ghost Rider wins the 50-50 and commits completely. And it gives you two really scary start of turn options. But Clea has a bunch of power on her right now. So you can actually just commit with the Hulk on the one side of the board and use the Ironbound books of Shumagrath to cover the rest of it.
Looks like he's
going for Groot.
Now, is he going to throw or is he going to go for damage? I assume it looks, well, kind of a silly question now looking at it.
Yeah. And I love the way he's positioning this throw. So he does not accidentally give any power to Ghost Rider.
Not to mention, I can't see if he measured it out at all, but getting him away from Rocket certainly doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm. So, to answer that is a good question. Did Clea remember to spend for? I don't know. If she remembered to spend for Hulk. That is something I think left to the accusers. I haven't commentated a match in a while, so I don't know what outside calls to accuser summary.
He did a move, strongest one there is for 2, and then that would be leave him with 1 left over.
We are talking about Clea's power. She has 4 power. Did she forget to spend the 3 to remove Hulk?
It looks like they removed 1 power from her for something, because with taking 4 damage, she would have had 5 power total.
Well, but she does not take power from the damage she took, because she took it from her own effect.
Right. True. I meant I misunderstood something. My bad.
Yep. I think Dizzard is listening, so I'm sure he'll get on that, and we'll get that fixed before the next round starts. So here comes 50-50. Ooh.
And then spending again.
Yeah, looking for the
And
scroll.
ooh.
No to that. So, looks like Will is going to take the points this round, 3-0, and get that all-important push.
Yeah, that was a really good way to jump on a dice spike.
Yeah, he's really capitalised there. Now, as often happens with Sword, it comes down to that last activation 50-50, and that's gone against Barncat.
Yeah.
But, and we're going to see now someone get moved away, and then I suspect we're going to see Gamora taken off the board.
So it is a question because Gamora is a physical-only threat. Do you not worry about Gamora and try and deal with this Ghost Rider with Hulk?
He is getting
And then-
questionably close to the back line.
Yeah, and then do Shumagrath, the Ironbound books this turn.
So yeah, that's it's a tough call actually. You're right. Ghost Rider going into those two squishy characters at the back, especially with Clear only being on 1 health. That seems like a strong line of play.
Yeah. And it looks like he's very intent on keeping Rocket and Groot separated.
Well, yeah, there's a size 4 building there, which Hulk's standing right
Yeah.
near. Although Rocket can just apparently jump out of the way of buildings, turns out.
No, he does the classic jump through the window and out the door.
But I guess if that size 4 is within 2, then that size 4 might be going towards our friend Ghost Rider. So I think
Yeah.
Hulk can almost certainly do enough damage to today's Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But then I like a powered up Gamora's chances of taking out Strange, even through Ironbound books.
Yeah, that is a big question. And what
So-
do you value more here?
Really interesting first activation coming from Will.
Yes.
Strange, no, Clear spending for Ironbound books.
Yeah.
So just in case anyone's not sure what Ironbound books does, it allows Will to use a Mystic defense against any of the attacks coming in, any of the physical attacks coming in. So with all the energy on Barncat's team, this is mostly, we're talking here about Gamora, but also to an extent Groot. So this, playing it now, kind of makes me think that he's going to try and have Strange tank Gamora's attacks, and Hulk's going to try and take out Ghost Rider to protect his backline. That feels like.
Yes. So people are talking in the chat about KO on Gamora emptying a wing on Sword Base. And while that is somewhat true, you have to remember this is a Ghost Rider squad, and Ghost Rider has that long move that he's going to be able to pull out a lot because we are in a very fighty scenario, so he can cover a lot of ground. And so there is really no way to completely empty a flake, especially with Ghost Rider's current position.
And Star-Lord's got good mobility with his hit and run as well, so he
Yes.
can come down from that top flank.
It's the one who's sad today is Groot off in the corner.
Yeah, he's not having a
Definitely
great
having
activation
No fun
this
over
round.
there.
And I'm really interested with the placement of the winging it tokens this round. Gamora and Ghost Rider make sense. Groot having a winging it token?
I think he's resigned that if Hulk wants to kill Rocket, Hulk's just going to kill Rocket. And I don't think a winging token is going to help there.
Yes. I'm just looking at Star-Lord, who I think is more readily available to influence the board.
So it looks like he is going with Strange. He's paying 4
Yeah.
power. Sorry, what's that? 3 power.
Ooh, he's doing planes as well.
Ah!
Oh,
There we
And
go.
then doing a 5 dice attack into Gamora.
With all the rerolls, and then the rerolls again. Yep. All kinds of rerolls coming here for Strange. Ouch. Not a good defense roll, though. Martial prowess from Gamora, but it's not helping her.
No, it's
Not
really
He's
not.
got the
a
winging
great
it tokens
roll
hanging,
from
so
Strange
this looks like
either.
he's going for the Plains Poldark first, and then he's going to consider...
So he's currently coming in with 3 damage?
Have you got Pierce on the attack as well?
Yes, I think so. Let me
So-
double check that.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3
Yeah, he
damage onto
does.
Gamora.
And already wasted the winging it token.
Yeah, so this looks like Gamora's likely to go down here.
Mm-hmm.
Powered up Strange hugely as well.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I thought we were going in for another attack. A little bit.
I think he's
consideration.
contemplating which attack to go in with.
Yeah.
Whether it's worth spending the 1 power to get the extra die.
So another martial prowess. A little bit better this time, 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So the crit comes in, and then he'll consider the rerolls. I think I go reroll all first here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And then Strange can reroll skulls. So... Oof.
Ooh, 1 damage through.
Yeah, that's a big survival there. Now, he's got
Yeah.
books up. So maybe it's not going to make as much of a difference, but this is where a less experienced player would go, great, Gamora survived, and then maybe go with Gamora right now.
Yeah.
Get it back in. But I think the right activation probably is Ghost Rider. I don't think Gamora is being very threatened by... I don't think Hulk's going to come down and deal with that. That abandons the sensor too much and just cedes too much to Barncat if that happens. So, unless he's... look at this. Might be bringing Gamora in. That might change my view. Maybe he does want to go with Gamora before she gets taken off the table if he's scalpeling her in.
That, yeah.
But otherwise, she may not get to activate. And she can do a bunch of damage, and she's got plenty of power to do all the things she wants to do.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Clea's making it out if he moves this.
Yeah. He might be thinking as well, trying to make the most of that Plains of Poldark.
Yeah. Because you can long move through him, pounce into Clea, and then attack back into Bear Mordo, and be relatively safe in that back line.
Oh, yeah, because that spender she's got, you've got to target 2 different people. So that's quite, yeah. Okay, so, Will's changing his mind again. He's, interesting decision, this. Because it changes hugely what you're forcing Barncat to do or not do.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess...
Yeah, well, so the spender won't connect, because I think there's range 2 between Clea and Bear Mordo. And they have to be within range 2 of each other.
Ah. Yes.
But I'm saying you can... Clea is low enough on life that you can just pounce her to...
and low enough
death.
on physical as well. Okay, it looks like Gamora's looking at staying in the area of Strange.
No, this is Strange moving himself onto the point, on the other side of the point. Because Scalpel is once per character per turn.
Yep. Doesn't have enough power to go and search for the scroll though.
Yeah.
But I think you probably want the scroll on Hulk anyway, if I were Will.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think you're kind of forcing Gamora's activation here. So it's just choice of what target you're looking to go for. I
would look towards Clea.
See, I can see that, but I think I'd be going for Strange just because if you can get him and then you can take this flank, it just forces Yeah, you're then holding down the top and the bottom flanks with on the sword base. By abandoning it, you're forcing Ghost Riders to have to come down here. So it just gives you more flexibility with your Ghost Rider. So I think I like this. I totally see the line of play you're suggesting, Lexa. But I'm pretty...
Yeah, I'm just thinking about, like, short-term amount of activations you can clear out in a turn. And I could very easily have seen Gamora taking out both Clear and Bear Mordell just with how efficient she is.
So Gamora's paying 1 to try and flip the point.
Or for the scroll.
Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry, that's the scroll. Yeah, trying to see if she can get a scroll.
Now trying to flip the point?
Yeah, looks like it. Gets it.
Gets it.
That was an important
So
roll.
now she can abandon this point.
Yeah. Yeah, she could, because she hasn't taken any actions yet. She's Assassin's Leaped and she's done some interacting. So
she could go pressure the back
move.
line.
Yeah, long move and go and do something interesting. But it looks like we've got some dice coming in. Yeah, we're going to go into Strange. That big 6 dice builder with the Deadliest Woman in the Galaxy on the wilds.
Yep.
Into the 5 Mystic Defense, though, from the Ironbound books. So with that Deadliest Woman, that's 4. This is looking powerful. And does it have a pierce as well? Oof.
Does not matter. That is 4 damage into Strange.
Yeah. Let's double check Gamora.
No, the Spender has Pierce.
The Spender has pierce. But that should be a bleeding Strange.
And he's using it to get out.
Yep, using that leadership finally.
But I don't think that'll work.
She's got a range 3 Spender, yeah.
Yeah, with Pierce. Same amount of dice, but that doubles the range and the Pierce. Ooh, going in.
I think he knew he can get out of range, so he might as well position for next round.
Yeah. Gamora's just sitting on so much power. Huh. Ah, getting him out of rocket range. Interesting.
Pretty sure Gamora's going to take him down, but I guess that's looking a turn ahead, thinking, right, well, even if when he comes back from being dazed, can Rocket start attacking him?
And we really have to start considering the deadly duo at this point. And I think that might be why he gave the Winging It token to Groot for a walk, a punch into Hulk with the Winging It to hopefully gain the power to maybe deadly duo the following activation.
Okay, some dice coming in. Another difficult... he hasn't spent any power, so this looks like a builder from Gamora. Not great, though.
Not great from Will either.
Whoa. I think he's going to be re-rolling those.
Yeah.
Man, that's
I wouldn't be
15
surprised.
dice he's rolled without a defensive success.
He
There
got
we
the
go.
2.
He
There
gets
we
it.
go. So Strange lives. That battle's going to continue down on that flank, although Gamora's not long for this game, I don't think. I think she's going to be taken off the board very early in round 3.
Yeah, probably.
So now Hulk is going to try and protect his back lines, I suspect.
The thing, though, is one bad roll by Doctor Strange into Gamora at this current point could spell very big danger.
Gamora's med packing herself.
And because if at Strange's health pool, he has to be really careful attacking her, because if she martial artists and blocks everything, he's
martial prowess,
dead
yeah.
mid-activation.
Yep. That could be nasty. But with the rerolls, I wonder if, he's going to look at Mordo coming down. I was just about to, look at this. Mordo coming down and just trying to take more off the table this round while Plains Poldark is up.
Mm-hmm.
And also that spreads the targets for the back line as well. Yep, I don't mind this.
Yeah. I'm still fairly worried about his back line. Especially that clear, which just feels like a sitting duck ready to get plucked.
It'd be interesting.
Now,
she probably is in 3 of Ghost Rider, isn't she? Because if Ghost Rider has to move or spend some power.
Well, I'm just looking at Star-Lord, who can move, hit and run. Oh no, he's a power short on hit and run.
Yeah.
But he can definitely move up and shoot her fairly easily as well. And it's an energy attack, which means whatever you don't get the bonus from Ironbound books.
Or do you go with clear and try and get something out of her before she falls over?
Yeah. Do you try and run a sacrifice? Okay. Weird question.
Okay.
If you daze a character mid-activation,
Yes.
do they get an activated token?
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't sure on where that happened.
Okay, we're hearing some dice, but I'm not entirely sure what this is. But this is a 7 dice stack. This is Hulk into 3, I presume Ghost Rider.
Well, Ghost Rider's doing good.
Yeah, it's a decent block. Hulk hasn't got the best dice. Yeah.
rolls another blank on that crit.
He's got the wild dice. He's got a push available if he wants it. I don't think that helps him hugely.
Mm-hmm. Especially since he's the one controlling that points that push doesn't matter right now.
Now, Hulk's got a whole load of terrain around him. He's got a size 2 subway entrance, a size 3 dumpling restaurant, and we think probably this size 4 building is in range 2 as well.
Yeah. No, the real thing I actually think he wants to reposition that Ghost Rider a little bit so that Ghost Rider can't beam 3 both Mordo and Clea.
Okay. I think I'd probably take the punch, see what it did, and then decide how was looks like that building's just out of 2.
Yeah.
But take the punch, you maybe generate enough power to Gamma Leap so it is into and throw it at Ghost Rider, depending on how much damage you get through. So you're then choosing, if I get a bunch of damage through, do I try and take Ghost Rider out? Or if I get a little bit through, do I just throw Ghost Rider and make his life a bit more annoying?
Mm-hmm. And how do you deal with the consoles right now?
Well, if you're Will, you've got a couple of options, so long as your squishy characters stay alive. Mordo can double move to the bottom one. Clea can double move to the top one. So he can get there. It's possible.
Yeah. But both of those are 50-50s that he's opting into.
That's true. Okay, we're seeing some more dice coming down. Looks like a Mordo boosted Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah, rolling Hulk dice.
Versus a very good defense roll.
It is, yeah. So that feels like what my Hulk normally does.
Yeah.
Hulk's, taking damage from Mordo. And then I think now, you throw Ghost Rider. There's no chance of dazing him with a bit with a building of any description, so just making his life difficult, although he has got plenty of power to hell on wheels forward to where he wants to be, but at least you'll make him use the power.
Yeah. Oh, he chose a bad angle.
Oh, did he? Ooh, I think Dizzard's coming in on this.
Clipping the building where in a place where it would
Yeah. So then
overlap bases.
they're seeing if it clips that building, then it collides. Ghost Rider's going to take a damage, but there's no landing spot for him, so he get pasted in the last legal place, which is on the same side as Hulk as he started, which would be exactly what Will doesn't want. But the judge is coming in and checking, does it clip that building or not?
And I think it just missed.
Yep, looks like that's what the judges ruled.
Oof. I don't think you feel pressure as Ghost Rider to activate right now.
Not now Hulk's gone, but I think. Oh, some more dice coming in. What's this? This is looking for a scroll. Yeah, doesn't find it.
This is exactly what Barncat wants to see: is that not finding the scroll.
So that he can find it on Star-Lord.
That would be the dream.
I don't know. I quite like taking Mordo out, or maybe just Star-Lord moves and takes a shot into clear, although she's going to get cover. I think it. Yeah. Who has Rocket got within range is a good question.
Oh, going to Days Strange with a rocket that then gets full cover from the newsstand because he's the subway entrance because he's size 1.
Well, Rocket gets cover anyway.
Yeah, but more of it breaks line of sight, which means they have to reposition to attack him.
That's true. The line of sight is very relevant.
And if you manage to pop Strange, suddenly you are getting you have enough to pop for tricks and traps if Clea decides to move into your range. Or, sorry, booby traps. So suddenly you create this, I think it's range 3, maybe it's range 4 zone that just Clea cannot move into. Yeah, range 3 zone Clea can't move into.
It's amazing how many players forget about booby traps on Rocket.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Star-Lord is gonna have a go at clear. Because now Hulk's gone, Mordo's got to choose. If you take away Clear's activation, he's got one character left, and he's got to choose a flank for Mordo to go and try and flip a base if that's his plan, and then he can react to that. And Rocket can get to...
and suddenly that's leaving 3 unanswered activations.
Yeah. So I like taking out Clear. And with his plucky attitude rerolls, he's got decent odds to do it.
Yeah. And then just a note from Dizzard in the chat. It was all TTS funkiness and not, and the throw was 100% legal.
Gotcha.
The collisions we were saying were just TTS funkiness.
I guess the downside of going with Star-Lord is you've only got one attack, and if you miss, then Clear double moves up to that point.
Excuse me. I think I am less worried about that because we have Ghost Rider who can get on that point and get another attack off. It's super easy to flip that point back, so it's not really pressuring your point math.
Hmm.
And I think it has a high enough upside that the downside is worth it. Yeah, but one injured Gamora versus two about to be injured Clea and a almost injured Doctor Strange is I think Barncat has the attrition lead here. Especially since as I said, he's going to have 3 unanswered activations if he takes out Clea before she activates.
Looks like he's operating under different guys, getting Groot back in to support Rocket and protect
Yeah, he's
him.
getting Groot back in to be able to potentially set up the deadly duo with no displacements really that's likely to affect Groot. Star-Lord's still playing linebacker on the point if Clea wants to come up to play. And Mordo is right now doesn't have power for anything particularly nasty either. So it's playing safe to try and maximize the damage output.
Won't be until next round though, because Groot doesn't have the 2 power, and I don't think anyone's attacking him. But
True.
Positioning for next round, it protects Rocket from one of the Mordo coming in and having a go at Rocket, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't mind that. Although I think if he had gone for Clear and Mordo then goes for Rocket, I think Barncat's pretty happy with that, because that means that he's not contesting either of the wide points.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I was away for the beginning of this round because we've got a newborn in the house, and the call was made. Did Hulk and Strange just completely whiff?
Hulk completely whiffed. Strange did left Gamora on 2 health. So yeah, one really big attack that did 3, and the other one just didn't do what was required.
And burnt the med pack.
Yep. And then the med pack, yeah.
And then Gamora clapped back, almost killing Star-Lord, Strange himself. So
yeah, so you see Strange is left on 1 health there.
Which leaves him in a very precarious position to attack her next turn, as she still has Martial Artist.
Martial prowess, but yeah.
Martial powers.
So looks like clears. So Will's weighing up his options. He can pass. I'm not sure that's a great play, but oh, great question from Jazz Sassy Pants. Is Convocation playing a threat down?
No, I don't think they are, because it's
3, 3, 5, 6.
8 plus 9. No, it is 17.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's 17. So 5, 6, 3, 3, 17. But another good point from I need to double check something. And we have an attack going into, I think, Gamora.
Yeah, fairly sure that move up. I'm just going to try and peel.
Gamora's living.
But yeah, there's no re-rolls from the planes pulled up because of the critical fail there. But a bit of chip damage there.
And a push to get her out.
Though he doesn't have an activation to get himself on the point.
Nope.
Yeah, the push was the right choice there, considering that you could have had the hex.
And then
2 options. Well, I'm thinking is she can throw herself, a la Black Cat, with the pounce.
Here comes the rocket. I think he's going to be gunning for Strange.
Absolutely. Strange, Mordo, and Clea.
he
Probably.
Groot does not have the power. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Keep forgetting that.
Rockets doesn't have winging it tokens. So the roll is the roll. Just,
That's not a good roll.
maybe a bit of lag from Will here, just delaying his defense roll. But in
Yeah,
just
that's
one
not
hit,
great.
you'd expect Strange to be able to block this with 3
Yeah.
dice and then rerolls. Yeah, just some issues around lag, I think.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
There's the one
Quite a
defense.
block.
Wow.
He's going to gain a power off that because he's got that reverse pierce.
Yep. But as Barncat, I'm not that mad at that.
No, I mean, that's the ideal way to take out Strange, but you still have a rider who has more than enough energy to come racing down that side.
Yeah, and also, I don't think he's that worried about if you don't end up dazing anyone this turn and you daze at the top of next round, that's another whole round where Ironbound Books can't come in because it only comes in on KOs, not on dazes. That just delays the Ironbound Books again by a lot. And clear double moves there, completely leaving that side of the board open if Star-Lord ends up finding the scroll. And then we get 2 back-to-back activations.
Certainly makes the Ghost Rider activation a little less complex.
Yeah, that's
pretty much know where
pretty
he's
that's
going.
pretty juicy there
Oh
for
yeah,
Ghost Rider.
because you can be within 3 and have the beam across both Mordo and Clea.
Oh,
Frankly, shouldn't be hard to daze Strange and Clea. And
Yeah.
get some pretty meaty damage on Mordo while you're at it.
And he's already winning scenario, so he gets to there's no way in which at this point Will can get the shield sword base.
As an out there play, the other option instead of actually going for the days, if you're talking about in terms of the action colonies and the following round, you could always actually go with attacks into Mordo Clear, and because Ghost Rider is in position, if he's got two energy left over, he's got his Spirit of Vengeance ability for Doctor Strange, who undoubtedly wants to take Gamora out.
so
That is very spicy.
6 into 3. This is probably clear, right?
Yeah, or
It's not Strange.
it could be Strange. Strange has 3 energy defense as well.
Has he? I'm so used to playing the other Strange I was for.
Yep.
So 2 hits into 2 blocks. Nothing doing. He's looking at the beam.
Here's the beam.
I'm not sure I mind Strange not being dazed, having him, giving him. Oh, he's looking at.
I certainly don't mind him not being dazed. He.
Winging it's coming in a big spot. So this is Strange.
Ooh.
He's going to
Yeah.
go again, see if he can live.
And he does.
Yeah, with the wild reverse pierce.
Yeah, wow.
Ugh.
That is buff.
like I said, I think giving Will some order of activation issues, because if he doesn't go with Strange first, then Strange is going to get taken off the board or dazed by someone who's not going to get an activation.
Yeah, because you can't rely safely on Mordo and Clea being standing for a field dressing play either, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also their power's an issue. I'm not sure they'd get to enough power to even be able to do the field dressing. So this looks... We've got another attack at 6 dice, so it's like a single attack to me. And it looks like, in that case, he's probably choosing to go into Strange.
Okay, and also, of note, no matter what, almost no matter what, Spirit of Vengeance will be online next turn.
Yep.
Because if he deals any amount of damage, you have the 1 damage per turn, plus the 1 damage tick from Spirit of Vengeance to do a Wiccan's Judgment. Because Spirit of Vengeance and Wiccan Judgments are the same timing window.
So, likely and Strange, here comes the Strange reroll. Pick them all up, go again. Oh, that was close. I saw the wild and I was like, that counts for 2.
Yep, but it deals the 1.
Yeah, just squeaks it through.
And we still have Star-Lord to activate.
Yeah,
Which
maybe that
is
gives
a very scary proposition.
maybe that gives just as many order of activation issues, because now he's threatening to remove Strange off the board with Gamora and Ghost Rider standing over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you activate Clea and try and make use of her, he can just Wiccan's Judgment her if she rolls any crits on an attack.
So here comes Star-Lord.
Not going for the scroll, it doesn't look like. Well, there he goes
There's
for the
the
scroll.
scroll.
Nope.
Still nothing doing. It's going to be one of those games.
I am just fine with that type of game if I'm Barncat, for the most part.
Star-Lord flies. He can get onto that center point and try and flip it just to make life awkward.
No, he can't. He's out of power.
Ah! You're not wrong. You
And
can
he
see
doesn't
Hulk
wanna
over that building. It's only a
accidentally
size 3
box-
building and it's a size 4 Hulk.
Yeah. Oh. One
But
second.
does he know that his Star-Lord is out of power?
He can be there for next round.
Oh, actually, I think Gamora's in a fairly safe position. Overall.
Gamora.
Because... Oh, one second, I double check a timing thing.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
first activation for Will next round is going to be Strange.
Yes. But you're going to have to force a lot of power out from Strange because you can push Strange away far enough that he cannot just first action attack Gamora. He's going to have to commit some amount of power to it.
That's true, but I don't think Strange has got great uses for his power at the table state as it is now.
Yeah.
And he's got power to burn right
Yeah.
now.
So it looks like Barncat is trying to set up his Star-Lord into a good position for next round, having relevant people in range to hit and run. Well, he's still not going to have the power to hit and run.
Second action hit and run is entirely possible.
Yeah.
And also, next round, you really have to be aware of that deadly duo.
Yeah, finally online.
Yep.
Which may just force out that Hulk activation early. There's a real order of operations here. That's sketchy.
I think it's probably relatively safe to suggest Strange goes first, and then depending on that outcome, it's Gamora or Rocket.
Yeah.
So, to answer the chat, sure thing. So the top and the bottom sword base are controlled by Barncat, and the middle one is controlled by Will. So Star-Lord has abandoned the top one, and that's going to stay as Barncat's for the foreseeable future. I guess Hulk could go over there, but I don't think he wants to take his power piece up far away from the action. So it's really fighting over these bottom two, and Will's going to have to control both of them in order to score that, score the sword base this coming round.
Ooh, thinking about pushing the Bear Mordell out to corral the extra dice on the attacks.
Yep, I think I like that better than moving Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And if you move Hulk, he's just going to jump back in.
Yeah. And, like, Hulk has been a non-issue this entire game.
Well, he had those 2 attacks into Ghost Rider and only did 1 damage. That's unlucky. He could easily have got Ghost Rider to the point where he then is subject to a throw, and then Ghost Rider gets dazed, and that looks very different.
Okay. There's a weird play you could have done, but I don't think they're realizing it, or because this is the push is supposed to be during the power phase, and because the power phase you gain power first, and then you do game effects. Am I right?
I believe so. Yep. For things like all according to plan. That's the way it works.
Yeah. So you could have, and this is not what he's done at all, but you could have gained the power on Rocket, pushed Clea towards the thing so she ends her movement within 3 of Rocket, and then booby traps her to death in upkeep.
That is a lot of fun. I can see you've played enough Jank for that to just be constantly on your mind.
I played enough Spider foes who just want to activate during the opponent's turn.
Okay, so winging it going on Gamora, Ghost Rider, and Star-Lord? Yeah, Star-Lord.
I'm still a little bit confused on I'm still a little confused on why he gave a winging it token to Groot last round.
Was that before the push or after the push?
That was after the push.
Yeah, they did it because I don't know how those would normally be.
Yeah, I'm not sure what sequence those would go in either. I always need to check the timing charts on those.
Yep.
Wally from Canada says Groot got one to not die. I guess he thought Hulk was going to go into Groot.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think he was going to be making that many important attacks. But yeah, Captain Diesel giving you mad props in the chat there, Lexa, for the traps play.
Yeah.
But saying you've got to remove Gamora. That's his take. Gamora's not allowed to live.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting off by flipping the point.
Because there's nobody standing on it? Yeah, there's no one standing on it. So Stranger's activated, paid power, taking that point, and now I suspect we're seeing some... Oh, looking for the scroll. No dice.
I could easily see him scalpel move out if he got the scroll. Because you could scalpel short, and be in a relatively safe position with the scroll, and that scroll is going to do a lot for the points math of this game.
It is, but I think running away like that is not gonna pan out well in the long run. I think he needs to be getting use out of Strange. Because if he goes 3-2, he's going to lose the game in the long run.
Yeah. This is he trying to set up for his spender?
That would be quite a nice little spender right there.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't get Gamora in it.
No, but it gets everyone else.
probably does get Groot, yeah. Spicy. He's only got enough to do it once though, so you could have a pop at place there, have a pop at Gamora, generate some power, do it again.
Hopefully generate some power, yeah. Because I think, are you accidentally giving her cover?
I don't think she's within one of that truck.
Okay.
Prepared to be told I'm wrong, but it looks like it's out to me.
Yeah, I'm guessing it would be real tight.
It's size 3 as well, so I think they've got line of sight there. So yeah, they're checking the cover now.
It's not looking like it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
millimeters.
It's the tram lines, but not far enough.
Actually, we can get a little bit tighter on this. Everybody's bunched up now. As we expected, it's turned into a big scrum in the middle.
Yeah. And what I think Will is losing right now.
Well, let's see what we think about after this strange activation, because he does have the power to really alter the game state.
Yeah.
Ah, right, yes. Thank you, sure thing. Stranger Spender is an area attack that does a million things. So it's got all sorts of triggers. It can heal, it can move statuses. Amazing block.
That is a very healthy Gamora. Taking no damage.
Well, you might as well do the reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reroll's coming.
1.
Oh,
1 damage.
Oh, hello.
How many dice was that? Was that 6?
7, so I think that couldn't have been the spender, so that must have been Builder with
Mordo?
Bam Mordell?
Or he
I
got a
know
couple
I
of
saw
crits maybe
him
on the
take
first
power
roll.
off of Mordo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
taking
is there-
2 damage here,
Yeah, it's because of the pierce.
which is still enough for Gamora to live.
He's just got to throw another one in.
Stranger Spender is a mystic, 7 dice, area 2. On a wild, he can remove a special condition. On a wild and a block, then he gets to remove damage from characters as well. So it's characters within range 2. So where he's positioned there, those aren't really going to trigger. He might be able to heal himself with his Spender.
Ooh.
But maybe he's going to prioritize going after Gamora.
That was a Wiccan's Judgment for 3.
Oof! Because of those crits.
Oh, of course, yeah, the 3 crits. Yep, there's your Wicked Judgment, and
Ouch,
that is
ouch.
where Ghost Rider is just so brutal at punching.
And now that AoE attack is a lot scarier.
Now actually, there's a real question here because, so at this point, you can try to finish off Gamora, but you're pretty certain that Strange doesn't make it, or you go for the ultimate in the hopes that you can kind of heal yourself up. But realistically, are you then going to survive a Gamora charging into you?
And we also have the deadly duo math going on here.
Yeah.
Can you one-shot Groot so Groot does not take... We're not doing a spender here.
No,
He's
this is...
getting Ghost Rider out of there.
Yeah, scalping Ghost Rider out of range so that Strange is safe from any more Wicked Judgments.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
It's like, ow.
Maybe he's going to have to be very particular in his placement. Because it's... As long as Ghost Rider is within 3 of Doctor Strange, he can still do it. And I think he's just out.
Yeah, I think he's got...
Wiccan's Judgment is another one of those powers that you forget about until it hits you in a game.
Bit like booby
that
traps.
3 damage on Wiccan's Judgment is so brutal.
Frankly, I forgot about it until just now.
Because I think that means a dead character and a dazed character.
Okay. That means the Spender's off the table now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's looking at maybe throwing some daggers at Star-Lord.
Yeah.
But I think surely Gamora is your priority.
Yeah. I mean, Gamora's one off dead, and at this stage, it's a horrible trade. But I think you take the trade where it's
Strange is going to reroll those dice. But man, amazing defense blocks again. Wow, 5 blocks. Oof.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And she still has a winging it.
Which can't reroll anything, but yes,
There's
so
nothing
she's
to
still got a
re-roll.
wing.
There's nothing to wing.
Oh. That was brutal.
Yep. That was, yeah, Strange not doing what he needed there from Will's side.
I believe Will has said before in his podcast, dice are going to dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you just deadly duo right away?
I
think
don't think you're under any pressure to deadly duo. At the end of the day, Groot's standing in range of Rocket. Sure, Hulk could go in, but you've got a Gamora who's 1 health off,
I agree.
who he'd
You go
love
with
to finish, and Gamora can slam into Strange quite merrily. I mean, what's deadly duo getting you right now?
I'm just looking at it. You get both Strange and Clea out of a deadly duo, but you might be able to get that anyway.
She's got all the Gamora tricks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but I think you jump forward, flip the point, do the range, and then do a double range 3 attack into Bam Mordo. Because you just have the power and you're not going to use it for anything else.
Yeah, denying activations is going to be pretty key for Barncat in this turn, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unless you want to try and tempt Clea into a martial prowess play.
Well, I think the booby traps might do for Clea.
Booby traps are also very much a thing for Clea right now.
Is Clea within 2 of Mordo? Because Will's got
No,
sacrifice.
it's just out.
Just out.
Yeah, he was measuring that to see if he could get the spender.
But it also triggers for the sacrifice as well. So
Looks like pretty inopportune placing on this Baron Mordo Gamora exchange too, just out of saving an action.
Mm-hmm. But you can still hop forward and double spender with your power right now.
yep, she's got all the power in the world.
True.
But it looks like she might be doing move throw spender. Or just start out a spender into Doctor Strange and get it over with.
Okay, looks like we've got some dice coming down.
Yep.
So it's,
That's Cosmic Assassin into Strange.
yeah, we've got the power off Gamora. Nice from her. Strange is re-rolling his dice. Ooh, it's physical though, so he doesn't get his crazy wild trick.
Nope. So he takes 1 damage.
Just 1. No wilds from Gamora either.
No, we have winging it token still.
Of course. Of course.
And I think this is the time to go for it.
Yep. Oh, there we
And
go.
it did it for you.
Strange being taken off the
That's
table.
strange.
But of course, that means he'll get Ironbound books back for next round.
Yeah, but I don't think you matter much because your main physical attacker is about to leave the board. Like, otherwise it's just Groot. And are you scared of Groot attacks?
Yeah, this is the hop forward to be within range of the point, roll flip the point, and then could take a swing at Mordo. Or
Raw flip the point, run away to live another day?
could be, at the end of the day, with a long range move and the dice that she can throw, it's going to be hard to chase her down, given the
Yeah.
position. I mean, it'll take quite a bit of commitment. Meanwhile, you get to rack up the points.
Yeah.
So, or she's just going to choose violence.
She does not have enough money, power for another spender. She's one off.
Searching for a scroll. Still nope.
And then long move out of there and have them have to commit to chasing her down. Rather than just being able to next round come in, thwack someone, and leave. Come in, thwack someone, and then flip a point.
Yeah, so she just plays backstop on that point.
Which, the fact that he just could not put Gamora down was a lot.
Yeah, it's a really rough spot, like I say, and this is the one of the things with any team kind of going into the attrition when you don't have dice fixing is that you are a greater vagaries of the dice, and we have seen that with Hulk and Strange today.
Is he going to remember it?
Oh.
That'd be so
Like
tilting.
to see a range 3 on Rocket right now, wouldn't you?
Oh man.
And Will has also burned through half of his time. And Barncat has a 10-minute lead on him on time.
That might be relevant in this game because I can see this game going to the bottom of 6 because it's just the scroll is not turning up.
Yep.
Oof.
I think we're all just waiting here now with bated breath, aren't we?
We were on Tenta.
Where would this clear go? It's like, oh god.
Every time he nudges it a bit closer to Rocket, I'm like, ooh, and then a bit further away, whew, and then a bit closer, ooh. So just in case anyone's watching doesn't understand what we're talking about, Rocket Raccoon standing right behind that subway entrance has a superpower where
is Barncat ready?
if you end a movement within 3, then he can roll some dice and potentially do some damage. And with clear only on 1 damage left, that could have been curtains for her.
Moving closer to Rocket. Yeah.
Oof. Okay, so either Barncat wanted to keep his power for to make sure he had power to deadly duo, or he forgot.
Yeah.
I often do the same with Rocket.
What, forget?
Oh yeah, I forget that he has that ability every time I play him until halfway through the game.
Yep, there's the deadly duo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he's been waiting for, and that's what he was focused on. It'd be interesting to ask if he remembers that or not, because it's one of those ones that's really easy to forget until you get hit by it.
Great block from Clear.
Wow.
Okay.
That's okay. You still have 4 more attacks this round.
Yeah. Okay, this is into
Barely
someone
no.
with 4 energy, so Ghost Rider, I'm guessing.
No.
Yep. Oh, Hulk, maybe? No.
No. Why would he be attacking Ghost Rider?
Oh yeah, what am I talking about?
Mordo has got 4.
Ah, there we go. Mordo's got 4. And then into Hulk. Or is he going to skip Hulk? Say, nope, I don't want to power Hulk up.
Oh, he's measuring out to do the range, see about the range one place to get out of rocket range.
Ah. Don't think he's got a landing spot.
No, I don't think he does.
Okay, so 5 dice into 3. Maybe this is a regular attack into clear, or maybe this is into Hulk.
I'm guessing this isn't a Hulk, but we shall see.
Oof. It's a good attack.
That is some damage.
That's. Yeah.
Yeah, that was into Hulk.
And that was into Hulk.
Hulk now gets an extra dice on all his attacks. And has got a bunch of power out of that. We'll see whether he lives to regret that.
Mm-hmm. I get a feeling he won't. I think he's in such a commanding position.
However, having said that, Hulk might just completely start wrecking the board.
Yeah, Hulk is one of those pieces that can take over a board very quickly, and it is a healthy Hulk with power.
He can. I'm also looking at this as you're basically completely lost in the scenario, and the scenario pushes the Hulk into bad positions from this point forward.
Message from Dizzard in the chat. Dizzard is our accuser and our judge on the table. Will is being given 5 extra minutes due to the lag that he's been experiencing. Barncat is hosting the table. So
Very fair.
To even that out, Dizzard's going to allow 5 more minutes onto Will's clock. So I'm not showing the top sword base. That has been firmly claimed by Star-Lord earlier in the game and is staying under Barncat's control for the foreseeable future. So I'm cutting it off the screen, but just to let the viewers know, the top, you can see the Dark Dimension tokens are Will's tokens, so he's controlling both of those 2 that you can see, but the top sword base is under Barncat's control. But Barncat still has 4 activations to make something happen here. Rocket will be continuing with the pew-pews, I imagine. I'm not sure who this is into. It's into 3, so Clea. No, Clea's gone. Hulk. Just going to...
No, Clea's still there.
So this could be... I think he's had his 3 shots from Deadly Dio, so this is now the normal attacks.
So Clea's been dazed.
Yep. There we go.
And then he'll go into 4 dice is Mordo.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit of chip damage on Mordo, soften him up for a rider.
Sadly, none. Let's get Gamora in the frame. So, Rocket's done.
Yeah. So Baron Mordo's take a look and see what we can do.
So with
I'm surprised by how long he's waiting to activate this Hulk.
Yes, being very, very conservative. And I can see him actually passing after Mordo's gone.
Yeah.
And
But scenario is just so far out of his grasp right now.
because you think the Barncat's going to be able to flip one of these 2 points.
Yeah, because Clea's not on that point, so that's a free point.
I think that's why he's looking at Mordo coming in, standing on the point.
Yeah. I think you really have to do that. I think it forces an activation here.
One thing, though, Will's going to have to choose violence heavily. And the field dressing that Barncat's got in his back pocket, I think, is going to have a big impact on that plan.
And I think that still alive Gamora right next to that point where you have 2 very squishy characters who are about to stand on top of each other. I can
Yes.
easily
Oh,
see
man.
a leap into an attack,
Well,
into a builder, into a spender that gets both of them, if he positions like this.
The leap's going to be a little bit tricky, I think, because of that this advertisement for this slightly overrated podcast. Sorry, Farmer.
It's going to be tricky, but I don't think it'll be impossible.
No, I love Strike better. If you haven't heard the April Fool's episodes we did for each other, you need to go and check those out. They were great. Morgan's piping up in chat now. Pipe down, Morgan. Pipe down. Right. Okay. Mordo's coming
We
in.
have an attack. Yeah.
No,
we
he's
have
going
an
for the scroll.
attack.
Once
Yeah,
again,
scroll.
Scroll's not coming out to play.
Oh, and attack would be... Could be sucked up by Groot. Or Rider.
Is he in 3 of Rider?
Yeah, I'm guessing he's within 3 of Ida.
That's a dangerous play with how Wicked's judgment's been going so far.
Oh, is he
That's
trying to
just in for
confirm the
Gamora.
kill on Gamora? He can't. Because
Stealth.
she has stealth.
Yep. Those updates really made her just well, I was going to say viable,
yeah.
but I think more than viable. She's really good in Guardians now. Mm-hmm. And has some play in A-Force as well.
And as is on brand for me, viable in other places as well.
Well, undoubtedly, Lexa.
Yeah, I think she has some real chops. It's just an aggro threat in Shadowland Daredevil.
This, I have no good targets, therefore I will reposition. Thank you.
I don't like that reposition at all because it leaves the point completely open and maybe even gives a better angle to Gamora to get to Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
Is he setting up for next turn? Because he will have priority. Is he just trying to set up attack with Baron Mordo next turn? Something that can absolutely be disrupted if that's what it's looking like. Because you can just
I mean,
push.
it's looking that way, and it does mean he's further from Ghost Rider, which means that Ghost Rider needs to spend a movement to follow.
Well, I'm more thinking you can just sword base him because you pretty much have the points at this point. Because he left the point open to you, so you can sword base him off of that standee, and just he's going to be nowhere close to where he wants to be.
So, Ghost Rider is getting a free long move, 2 power, seems good. Making sure he's on the point, and then probably going to have a go into Mordo, who will get cover.
Yeah.
So did he spend 2 power for Hell on Wheels?
3.
No, he had 3.
Yeah. Just when Jay said 2, I'm like, hold on a second.
Oh, no, sorry, yeah. 3 power. You're right.
And Ghost Rider also has a winging it token.
And a beam laid up if he can generate power, but he doesn't.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, sorry.
Because Clea is down.
So builder into Mordo.
Yeah, 4 dice with cover. Ooh, that cover's not going to do anything for him, though, with those 3 skulls.
So that is 2 damage, 100% going through.
No, he's got winging it tokens as well, yeah. Those are just
Yeah.
effects rolling in. Oof. Brutal.
That's 5 damage going, 4 damage going through.
And he's got
Just
another
enough.
attack as well.
Leaves him on
Oh no,
1.
it's 1. Sorry.
But that suddenly, once again, we're in booby trap math. Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is another turn where where you can wake up, push the Mordo, and rocket him.
Yeah, here comes the second attack. Yeah, that's a dazed Mordo, even with the cover.
Yep.
Looking
And that is
pretty
now a
rough for Will.
very scary. Yeah, this attrition, he just lost all grasp of it, as well as the scenario.
Going for
Nope.
the scroll? No, guys, there's no scroll here. Stop wasting your power.
Now, does Hulk pass, or does Hulk get a Star-Lord to the face?
Star-Lord and Groot still left to go.
Yeah.
I quite like the pass because I don't see a world where Groot gets the power for his bender, which is really what you'd be concerned about.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's much of a concern of anything, and see what happens with the others. Because as you've pointed out before, you're standing. Hulk is positioned on this point. There are targets in front of him, but in other ways he wouldn't mind potentially getting elsewhere.
Yeah, is he going to go off to the side and try and find that senator? And we still have to remember, Ghost Rider still has deal with the devil, and he's still healthy. So that is so much attrition to get through. Oh, I see what he's looking at doing. So the scroll got a double skull. But then Will can Gamma Leap, walk, try and flip at the other scroll, and flip that point. Which I don't think is the best move.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, just seems to be cycling through his options, seeing, checking what's available and going, oh yeah, I could make it to the point, but then he's probably also realizing that, well, make it to that point, the other two come in, and then my Hulk's out of position, and my squishies are not long for this world.
So an update from Dizzard. Will says he thinks he's being punished because the game decided he was using DD tokens. Guessing that's Dark Dimension?
Yeah, that'd be the Dark Dimension tokens. I mean, I obviously you could tell Domano was not pleased with Clea being involved with Convocation from
No.
the get-go when that 4 skull roll came up at
Yeah,
the very
that
start of the game.
That was brutal. That shaped the entire game in a way.
It certainly set the tone for some of the luck that Will's had.
Yeah.
That's not to say that Barncat hasn't been playing this
Exceptionally well.
He's been taking advantage of all the opportunities as they've arisen.
Mm-hmm. And he's playing a very, the Guardians versus I have been seeing aren't this, they tend to want to go a little bit wider than what he's doing, and I think it's very impressive what he's doing with just 5 Guardians.
Looks like Hulk's throwing a building.
I've seen quite a bit of chat about they can do both, and there was a lot of talk about wide Guardians, especially with Ghost Rider. But I like to say between the fact that Barncat's love of Gamora and also has a preference for playing Guardian, he seems to have like an ideal that Guardians are 5 wide if he can do it. It just lends to his sort of play style.
Yeah, and that 2 blocks, his defense dive have also been very good.
We've had a building disappear.
Yep. Hulk threw what was it? It was an outlet,
Hulk
some kind
threw
of
it
food,
into Star-Lord.
Yeah, so Star-Lord has taken a building and 2 points of damage.
Which For a size 3 building, that's not a lot of damage.
Just checking where he needs to land in order to be in range 2 to get that punch off. We're going to start bringing the pain to Star-Lord, now that Star-Lord's decided to come in.
Is he positioning so he can be just out of range of Groot, but in range of Star-Lord?
Well, no, he's not out of range of Groot. Because Groot is range 3 now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's the change, isn't it?
So an extra dice on Hulk's attack because of the damage he's taken. Star-Lord's blocking 1. He's got a wing in it, though, if he needs it.
See, so he's currently looking to take 3 damage, which will keep him alive, though. But he looks like he's spending that winging it token now.
But Hulk's got another attack coming in after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 defense.
Takes 2.
So he's only taking 2 damage.
He's got the push, but I don't think he wants it.
No, I don't think he does either. And you're just powering up that Ghost Rider who's going to be a menace in that side of the board.
Yep. And the unlimited range on Ghost Rider is such a massive change to him. Oh. Ooh, this looks like a squished Star-Lord.
Not... yes, mathematically, I think yes.
He could re-roll.
He was setting up for a pretty good plucky attitude there.
Yeah, he's going to roll it anyway. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to do anything for him, but, you know, it's fun to
Yeah,
use
but once
superpowers.
it's re-rolled, he can't really open anything up to avoid his fate.
See you next round, Peter.
But I don't think that's the worst thing in the world for Barncat. You get another round of tokens, and Hulk is the only healthy member standing.
Yeah, I was expecting to see Hulk go for a scroll.
He did.
Did
He
he?
did at the start of the turn, remember?
Gotcha. Oh, yeah.
He got double skulls.
Yep.
So just leaving Groot on the board. So is it double swing into Hulk, or do you walk forward, see if you can actually find this scroll?
That feels like the better play. I think just giving Hulk more power and more dice.
I mean, he
is-
does need to actually hit Hulk and damage Hulk, because Groot has no power according to.
Oof, that's a good
the
attack
HUD.
from Groot, though. Couple of blocks, couple of damage. Yeah. Importantly, a couple of power there on Hulk. Oh, he's choosing murder again. Who needs a scroll, eh?
I mean, the general consensus is there is no scroll at this point.
It's just like, they just lied. The information's bad.
Yeah, not as far as I can tell.
He's giving Hulk the root condition,
Oh, that's cute.
Yep.
which does a lot on Hulk.
I mean, he's got enough power that it doesn't make as much of a difference.
Yeah. Doesn't make too much difference this round, but subsequent rounds it could, and it's
Yeah.
always nice just to have the root tax to mess with the mass that you know with the character.
So it looks like they're scoring. They're doing the push from the sword base. Now there's not an annoying building in the way. You've got all sorts of places Hulk
Yeah.
can go.
I do not think Will is in a good position right now.
It
Hey, look
looks
at-
uphill, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's very much uphill. I mean, again, dice are going to dice, and there's maybe a world where it can swing back, but it's certainly uphill. The scoring certainly has been low enough that there is an opportunity that
Yeah.
things can change. But again, we have no scroll found. It is only 3 points each time for the center, and there's only one turn on that center objective. I was about to say I'm expecting Mordor to go first because he does not want to be Gamorre'd.
I think there's some discussion
because
around
being
Ironbound books
Gamorre'd
here.
is
He's got
now
back
a verb.
Ironbound books from when Strange was KO'd, and he's considering playing it.
But you also have to fear most of the attacks left are energy attacks, so it's doing basically nothing. Other than spend your power.
Well, Mordo's got plenty of power.
And you have to worry about just getting blown up by Ghost Rider there on multiple different angles. Because if you do too well, you're just going to get blown up by the Wicked's Judgment. And if you don't do well enough, you have a beam coming across you. And he's in power slot to do a Judgment Gaze.
Yep.
Yes, Penance Stare. There we go.
Yeah, he's got plenty of power for the Penance Stare. And Mordo's a decent target. Mordo's, because the more power you've got on you, the more powerful that attack is. So
Yeah. I'm also looking at this recently rooted Hulk. Being able to take away power from that Hulk that has the root condition on it could be a lot.
yeah, and he's going to need to generate some power from somewhere first, I think, in order to then get a Hell on Wheels followed by a Penance Stare. So
Well, if you go into Gamora or anyone else on the board, suddenly he does.
That's true, but yeah.
Yeah, because attacking to Gamora will bring him to the 7 energy, which will to Hell on Wheels, and then feel free to throw 10 dice at Hulk or potentially 9 right now at Mordo.
Is Mordo going to fall into a booby trap here? Or is standing right next to Rocket? Booby traps, booby traps, booby traps.
Just enough power. Come on.
I mean, it's a healthy Mordo, so
Yeah, booby traps.
it's
Yes.
Yes.
I just want to see it happen. All this talk about it.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's probably the best booby traps I've ever seen. Man, Will has not been lucky
wow.
from that. From the 4 skulls on the clear activation to then the 3 damage on the booby traps. Will has not had the run of the dice here.
No.
no. I think we can agree on that.
Block, block. Oh,
Oh, he's outside of Wicked Judgment. Of
Yeah.
Wicked Judgment, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, as I was going to go, there's 3 crits there. That's not good. Man, that is a massive
that's the
attack.
dead Star Lord, I think.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
The winging it tokens are going to persist throughout, though.
Yep.
And we got them on Rocket and Ghost Rider. But that was a solid activation, although Mordo is not.
It's a solid activation, although I think it's very quickly about to become Hulk versus the world.
Well, yeah. We've been there
one
before. We know how that ends. I think is it only Juggernaut is the only one who's able to even vaguely stand up to the Hulk.
There's enough. It depends on who you're talking about. Because there are times that people like Storm can stand up to the Hulk in the comics, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking about World War Hulk. I think the only person he didn't just completely crush was Juggernaut. But
Gamora's going in.
yep. This is clear, hanging on by her teeth. So with the books up, this is using her Mystic defense. Oof.
But so that's 3 damage incoming. Block 1, take 2.
Yep.
And suddenly you have a Gamora-sized object coming at you. Which Clea does not get to books.
Nope. But she only needs 1 block to survive.
Brace.
Oh yes, this might be the time you
Does
have
still
to.
have brace,
Yep.
doesn't he?
Yep. You are still in a very bad position. I think Gamora has been the MVP of this game in many ways.
A note from Dizzard. We've got the leadership has been flipped.
Yep.
So So the bar with no doors now getting the re-rolls. Oh no, wait. Dizzard's saying it's flipped, but it's still showing the other side. Maybe Dizzard, you can check.
But
on
he
that.
did the reroll on the defense die, so.
Ah, yeah. So he has flipped it, but just hasn't flipped the card.
But Gamora also now can martial prowess her down to 1 HP if you decide to attack Clea.
Yeah, and if she gets a crit, then Ghost
It's
Rider
game
can
over.
take her out.
Now it's all about target selection and who do you act.
True though, but she also meanwhile Clea, if Clea survives, she's got 3 power to put the Punisher van into Gamora.
Oh man. That push on Hulk, I think, has put him within 2 of that size 4 building. That feels like an error.
Oh.
Okay, what do we got going on here? We got 5 dice into 4. So is this someone shooting Mordo? Rocket shooting Mordo,
Nope.
maybe?
This is Clea versus martial prowess.
Ah. Yep, someone's
There
got...
she goes.
So you
And
finally
not a
got
single
that
crit.
petty more.
And then clear into Ghost Rider. With a spender.
Oh,
Not
That's a
too shabby.
Big roll.
So the dice gods may be
And
hearing.
he's got rerolls off
the
leadership.
pleas.
it is not enough to take out the Ghost Rider, but it's still a chunk of damage. But you are just juicing him to go deal with Hulk.
He's got winging it if he wants to try and prevent the damage, but...
Well, the more thing is this is slow stun and stagger. Actually, so
Yeah.
he's never dealing with Hulk.
Yeah, and these are, and unusually these are all 3 effects that Ghost Rider can take.
Oh wow, yeah, he got the full Yahtzee.
Yeah. But I still think
yeah.
that's a dead Clea now.
Sure,
for
but then
sure.
that means that
yeah,
Hulk
yeah.
is going to do
Just
some
don't
work
think
up
There
top
was
here.
any. I mean, she killed 1.5 characters above her threat, so.
That being said,
Ghost Rider's still healthy, but
Guardians who were probably feeling very comfortable coming into round 4, it's feeling a little closer now.
I would activate Rocket here. Go into Bam Mordo, go into Hulk a little bit, because he's at cap power, so you're not giving him all that much.
Is Mordo in range within 2 of Hulk for sacrifice?
it's a tough call. But just eyeing it might just be barely out.
It's a shame.
You went into... Someone attacked into Clea there.
Oh.
Then another attack into Clea. And Clea lives through the turn. Ah, we're getting a winging it token spent. And
Yeah,
it's
she's gone.
enough. That's Clea.
Rest in peace.
No, it was
Had a
Rocket.
boy Rocket.
So Hulk versus Groot and Ghost Rider.
And a Rocket. Because Rocket
yeah.
is going to live through this round. He may get dazed, but he is not out. And Groot may tank a lot because you cannot. This round too.
The scary thing of Hulk beating to Groot is the crackback from Groot. So you need to create space because I am Groot is the nightmare for Hulk.
Yeah, for sure. Stagger and is it a medium throw he gets as well?
Medium throw as well, not size dependent. So
But we do still have Indomitable on
Ooh,
Barncat
this
side,
is
so.
a smash from Hulk by the looks of it.
Whoa.
0 blocks from Groot.
But only 4 hits. That's not that bad.
5.
Oh, yes. still, that is not that bad. Because even if you daze Groot this turn, you want winning scenario.
Why did Groot only take 4?
I don't know. I was wondering that myself.
Maybe Dizzy can jump on that. I suspect there's going to be a building thrown at him or something. It's not going to make a big difference.
But and then you have start of next turn. You can position to get the throw of Hulk into Mordo, potentially, which could be very scary. And then time is becoming a factor. We have 22 minutes for Will to 33 minutes on for Barncat.
On the flip side, though, he's got less characters to manage.
Yeah.
Dizzy, we were wondering why Groot didn't take 5 damage off that attack. Looks like he's only taken 4.
But yeah, I mean, the flip side is the fact that there is 3 healthy Guardians are still left at this point.
Yeah.
On round 4, so.
And one of them is Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, one of them being Ghost Rider in some ways is fine, because at the end of the day, if Ghost Rider was not healthy, then Groot or Rocket just get replaced by Deal with the Devil. So
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Dizzy.
and that's not a happy Ghost Rider either right now with those 3
But I don't think it
conditions.
matters.
I don't know. I see a world in which Hulk just wrecks face, and then
Yeah. He can embody clear. You just got to embody the clear right now.
okay, what's going on? We're going building,
Yep.
throwing that size 4
that.
into Groot. So that then frees up an action for Hulk to do something
Needs
else
2 damage
interesting.
in on that one.
And that's enough.
Hulk's throw 2. Yeah. So you remember the route there.
He has to walk this if he's going to flip that point.
Yep.
Well, no.
No, he doesn't-
try and
he
pick up
doesn't
the
flip
skull,
it.
I mean.
Already his.
But he's trying to get. He may be trying to get the skull.
Ah, yeah, that would definitely help. Finding a scroll right now.
But then, if he, the thing is, he also has the opportunity now to go for the double days of hit Rocket.
No, he
he's used
doesn't.
both
'Cause
his
he just
actions.
walked.
He just walked in the end.
But if you're right, if he'd have leapt, then he could have punched Rocket.
There is no skull.
We've explained this multiple times. There's actually just no scroll. But absolutely makes sense on trying to do it, because it's keeping that scoring close, because again it's that world where Hulk is mano a mano with with the Guardian, and keeping that score close is going to be benefit in turn 6 if it gets to that point.
I think moving Ghost Rider in here is a mistake, because I think Will's route to victory is killing all the things, and putting Ghost Rider in closer makes it easier to do that, because then round 5 he'd be looking to potentially daze Ghost Rider and KO Groot. Well, he's got to daze Rocket as well if he wants to do that. Ooh, yeah. Tricky.
Yeah.
I still think Ghost Rider being in the land of far, far away, but means it more likely Barncat would ride this to victory.
But from what I have encountered with Barncat, he consistently chooses violence.
Like, sure. Yeah, he was
What
making
better
comments like
way
that
is
in
there?
in Discord earlier, so I can believe it.
And he still has a field dressing.
He does, and he has the power to use it, so he could get Groot back online, and
Yeah.
that feels like a strong play right now.
That's that. Then we are Groot. There's also the penance there, which then strips Hulk of the power, which starts making that root condition on Hulk. So there's there's definitely things that can happen here. Either option is pretty good. The penance there being the dicier of the two. In many ways, I think the field dressing on Groot
That's two
is the
full
right option.
actions.
Yeah, it's two full actions. And most importantly, I think We Are Groot putting a stagger onto Hulk really starts putting the game out of
Reach, yeah.
Yeah, here comes the field dressing.
Yep.
And when we're talking about the game ending with a fight in the middle, we won't be talking about that.
They're all pretty much base to base. But it looks like he's going. So yeah, Groot's going to throw him away and then go and flip the point. Doesn't need to, I suppose. But here comes a We Are Groot. I am Groot, sorry.
Yeah.
Hulk can't afford the rerolls. Oof. Oof.
That's a stagger and a throw. And
Yep.
then a push.
How much is... I'm actually somewhat surprised that Mordo didn't take that.
Yeah,
Sacrifice before,
I
right?
am too.
Yeah.
Oh, he threw him into Mordo.
Oof.
Right.
And that kills Mordo.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And so now, no longer leadership with a staggered Hulk.
Yeah, that feels pretty bad for Will right there.
Yeah.
And you still can heal your Groot.
Oh, yeah. Oh. And you can still punch Hulk again?
Absolutely.
He's considering going and
If
taking
you
the
so
point. I'm not Oh, because this bottom one here is currently controlled by Will. Huh. Ghost Rider didn't flip that one before he left. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, it is controlled. It's just got the Dark Dimension token on there, which has been left there from previously.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's got the Guardians hanging above it.
Yeah, Guardians above it, but it's got Dark Dimension on it. Oh, the other thing that makes the whole "I'm going to kill all of your Guardians" difficult is to deal with the devil.
Yes.
Yep.
So the order
you
you
have
have to
to
kill
take out-
them really makes a difference.
Yeah.
I think the world was if you managed to get Groot and Rocket and then just survive kind of a brawl with Ghost Rider. That was the opportunity because Hulk's got the Hulk actually has displacement and where Ghost Rider doesn't, and when Ghost Rider doesn't have friends, he also doesn't have the greatest power generation.
But now he's in very real mode with how many dice he's rolling to be very afraid of Wiccan's judgment.
Oh man, that would be a wave 10 in the game. 8 crit Wicked's judgment.
Well,
Personally, at this point, if I were Will, I would just daze Ghost Rider out of spite and call the game then.
yeah, it's difficult to see how this is going to be pulled back for Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this stage.
But Hulk does get 3 extra dice on his attacks, and they are all clumped together, so a beam right now seems pretty good.
But also, Groot gets another I am Groot next turn.
No, I don't think so. That what would it be? Is it 5 dice the beam plus another 3? 8 dice energy thunderclap into Groot is likely to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying he has the power, so you need to deal with Groot.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same situation next round.
And you are still rooted, which is going to do so much annoyance to your math. I don't think you can attempt to flip right now for the scroll?
Thunderclap, throw. So the throw costs 3, the thunderclap costs 3. Yeah, you're right.
And then I don't think there's a way you can get beam all 3 of them because of how they're spread out.
You'd have to throw Groot into Ghost Rider or something.
Yeah.
Which there's Indomitable.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is, pick your poison and try for the scroll. But the other problem is that the scoring now has kind of gotten away.
Yeah.
Because that's the 2 rounds on the trot, and he's not going to be able to flip one of these other points back.
Nope.
So I don't.
Well, he's not going to be able to control the senators. It's not the senators, the sword base.
Yeah.
So if the scroll turns up, then we might get a score at the end of 6. But I think this is going. This probably goes to round 6. So in order, I think Will's route to victory here is a total board wipe, which means he needs to daze all 3 characters this round. With this one action, he's got to daze 3 characters. He's got a throw in there as well. So 8 dice. This looks like he is. Yeah, he's paid for the beam. He's choosing 2 targets. We're not sure who they are, but that's a great beam attack.
Yeah.
That's gonna daze whoever that's going at.
Groot. That's Groot.
Also,
It's 2
bad
dice.
for,
Yeah. Groot is
for-
But
dazed.
Wiccan's Judgment, that's 2 damage into him. If he wants it, that's 2 damage into to help soften up that Hulk. Because if Hulk does manage to pop everybody, that is suddenly priority to the Ghost Rider team.
So he should have another beam attack into Ghost Rider, who should be, what, 4 dice?
4 dice energy.
Yeah.
Fence.
3? Yeah, he's running the 4th one. There we go. Yep, today's Ghost Rider.
He should have 1 more die. He had a crit. He only rolled 3 dice.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, academic, but fair point. The only downside to this is there's no... Because it's 1 activation and he has a throw, Rocket ignores collision damage these days.
Yep.
Yeah, so Rocket's not going to die, so I think that's... Rocket runs
And
away.
then Rocket can just run away.
Yeah, Rocket runs away and Barncat wins.
And you're scoring out.
Oh no, he's going to look at the scroll.
And we find the scroll.
Hey.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Took you long enough.
Wow.
It was in the middle all along. Who knew?
It was all worth it.
It's still just Rocket runs away at this point. I mean, you said Barncat likes to choose violence.
Yeah, at this point, why would you run
I
Rocket
don't think
away?
it matters. Rocket doesn't need to run away.
What's the world that changes anything?
Yeah, very fair point. Because you are scoring out no matter what, either way. Because Rocket is living past the end of the...
Oh, that's dirty.
Man, yeah, this is a big attack into Hulk.
Wow.
Currently looking at 4 damage into Hulk.
That's just gross.
He's going to get the rerolls.
Oh, he's just taking it.
Oh. Yeah, this could be it. Two, no blocks.
Oh.
He's got powerful rerolls though. Oh.
One block, so he's alive on 1.
He's live on 1.
man.
You know he's going to die to Wicked's Judgment. You know it's going to happen. Or booby traps.
Well, he only dies Wicked's Judgment if he targets either Groot or Rocket. If he goes for Ghost Rider, Wicked's Judgment is not a thing.
Yeah, but then Deal with the Devil comes in.
On
This
a
point,
healthy rocket.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah, this game is a formality at this point, I think. Unless real magic happens.
But hey,
Yeah.
it's an entertaining one.
Yeah, I don't think it can happen, actually.
it does feel like
even
it's...
if you kill all 3 people in the right order, well, no, you'll always be able to deal with the devil of the rocket.
play your outs. Just suggest to Barncat that there's a sale down at his favorite store, and hope that he disappears for 26 minutes on his clock.
Yeah.
Sadly, we are 1 power short where we cannot see the booby traps win.
Tragic. If that were how this game ended. Oh.
I think it would be a perfect summation to Will's experience of this game in many, many ways.
Yeah, it all started with that 4-score clear roll.
Yeah.
Right, chat. Before long, we're going to be jumping in to talk to the players. If you've got any questions, throw them up in chat, and we'll get to them when we talk to them.
I mean, the game certainly has been entertaining. It has had some huge highs and lows in terms of what's been going on. Certainly some clutch dice have come up. Barncat's favour with the early Hulk misses, but at the same point, seen Clea successfully choose violence in return in that Mordu in round 4 that actually gave the glimmer of hope, which kind of again shows that Marvel Crisis Protocol is a game where you can and should play to your outs. There was actually a route at that point.
Man.
Yeah, it was surprisingly close considering how it started.
Big Hulk beam
With this
here into
targeting.
Ghost Rider by the looks of it. 4 dice.
Yeah. So that's 3 damage. Do we see the Wiccan's Judgment win?
Barncat's letting him roll dice. So it looks like that was a beam into Rocket, which got sent across to Groot.
Yeah, it goes sent across Groot.
And then a Hulk Smash, 11 dice Hulk Smash. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 3 crits. Wow. Ouch. Okay, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. But that's also...
It's a dazed
Yeah,
raccoon.
who's that
Wiccan
targeting?
Wicked Judgment.
that was in the rocket.
Wicked Judgment.
Wicked Judgment, yeah. Okay. There's the game.
Picking up the scroll token and everything. Wow.
That
then,
means
yeah,
he
grabs
scores
it.
out at the same time that he wins. He scores out before technically KOing the board.
Yep. Right, guys, so if we hop across into our other channel and have a word with the players.
Game.
That turned out way different than I thought it was with that opening turn.
Hey guys, you're on
how's
stream
it going,
now.
partner?
Firstly, congratulations, Barncat, commiserations, Will. But what an entertaining game to watch. That was great fun.
Yeah, it was wild.
I appreciate that. It was all over the place, man.
Back and forth.
If we go,
Yeah.
if we go right back to the beginning then and talk about team build, Barncat, you pretty confident with this 17?
Yeah, love this 17. I felt that if I would choose like a higher threat rather than say like a 14 threat, the threat of Black Order being able to go into Convocation would have resulted in him going with a smaller squad. Knowing that we're playing on Sword, I felt that I'd be able to get wider and allow me to get some sword steals going on with kind of the later activations, and also that I felt there'd be a very good strong possibility of a Hulk coming out on the board. I think that Ghost Rider's a pretty solid counter into Hulk, especially when you've got Rocket and Groot on the table to soak up some of that stuff. So I think the threat of a Black Order existing within the roster had created this matchup. So a lot of times when you can kind of maybe know what an opponent is not really wanting to see out on the table to give the appearance that that option exists, and then go off of it when I still think I can put a really mobile and hard hitting team on the table on top of all that anyhow, that can really leverage the crisis, with Sword as in particular. Yeah, that was kind of the thought process there, actually.
Okay. And Will, over to you. Hulk in Convocation.
Oh yeah. So, like he said, I definitely expected Black Order at 17. I figured at 14 he wouldn't bring Black Order, but I figured at 17 it was a possibility. And so, one of the things that I think a Black Order at 17, Hulk plays well into that. Like, yeah, he's got still, Hulk's always a potential to go down in that situation, but I like that idea. But I also I like this 17 on Sword. I don't, it's not too bad. It's got a lot of control, which I really like. But I wasn't able to leverage that early. Like Clea taking 4 damage on that initial roll just kind of made my game plan change a little bit with her
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely understandable.
Like at that point, what am I like? It's really hard with her at that point. Like, okay, she's got 4 damage. Well, I can't gain 3 power. I'm using her now as a power bank for Ironbound books or playing a Poldark or whatever. So it just kind of really shook the foundations a little bit, if you will. But I figured on Sword. Sword is one of the reasons I put Sword into this list now, is because I feel like it's pretty strong for what Convocation does with their ability to reposition people, and especially Strange, very strong on it, stuff like that. And that opening turn into Gamora, obviously, I was real happy about how that initial went. And then I think if I'm thinking about how the mistake of the game, if you will, is the fact that when the next turn started up, I should have placed Strange outside of range 2 so he wouldn't have been a rolling 5 on 5 dice. Because I think that's what saved Gamora. And I think if Gamora KOs right there, it's a different game. But
her survival was pivotal to all this for sure.
yeah, because it took, like, even though Strange was able to kind of survive what she did back, it just the longevity of her being there really made an impact.
Yeah.
I think.
So a moment I want to come back to, just because it was a thing we were talking about.
Oh, hey, what's up, Seattle?
Yes, hello, Seattle.
Hey.
I think it was the top of round 3. Clea was on 1 HP, and you were looking at pushing her with the sword base.
Yeah.
And because of how sword base works, you gain the power for the power phase first, and then you do the sword base push. And I was the one to say, like, do you just want to push her a little bit so you can maybe pop her with booby traps? Did that even cross your mind? Or were you too honed in on doing Deadly Duo?
It did cross my mind. But the thing that I was trying to set up was basically forcing his Hulk to have to make a decision. When I had basically lined her up to also get shot by Star-Lord, in addition to setting up Deadly Duo, I wanted to force, maybe if I could draw Hulk away into Star-Lord a little bit, And potentially hit and run off of that, in the next turn. I don't think Star-Lord's getting one shot, right? And if it happens, uh, we can deadly duo into those models. Uh, I
I don't
might
think
be
you had
able
the
to.
power for the booby traps at that point either, because I remember you saying that.
Correct. Yeah.
Well,
And
so a thing was you did the power phase out of order, so you
Oh,
would have had the power. Because the
gotcha.
push is during the power phase, and game effects happen after power gain in the power phase.
Oh, well, then that was our mistake. Damn it, Dizzard, where were you on that one?
so, yeah. No, I don't think it changed anything.
Yeah.
might have been
Honestly, because Deadly Duo is the priority there. Because
Okay.
I'd worked so hard to get Groot back up in there to set it up in the first place. Knowing that I had 3 viable targets.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's going to give Rocket, power generation to obviously get a Hadron off. And maybe on top of that, if that Deadly Duo roll goes really well, I've got enough left to field dress Groot if some unfortunate things happen to him, right? So, Deadly Duo, I think if you're playing Guardians, it's flat out one of the best tactics cards in the game. I would legitimately say that it's if you discount the ban and restricted cards, that it's a top 5 tactics card. It's just devastatingly good. I mean, it's at a minimum when it's at its real best, it's 25 dice down range.
Yeah.
So, and at 5 range, you just can't beat it. I would have preferred on that Deadly Duo turn to have not damaged Hulk. I think, but you get your damage in where you can, to get your power generated where you can, and it's not the best Deadly Duo I've ever had, but yeah, that's 100% got to be the setup there. And I think that the booby trap thing is cute, but if I'm going to be honest with you, I like putting her out there into the open and forcing some decisions to be made. I think there was something where I screwed up in the game as well, where one of the things where I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, I really should have done that. Where I think I had an opportunity to either try to go after Clea or Mordo, and I ended up leaving Mordo on the board, which allowed some extra dice to get put on a Hulk. Knowing that I could have gone either way with that, it's just kind of one of those things, right? But I think we both played a fairly clean game.
Yeah.
It was just really dice swingy. I didn't know what to expect from this convocation list, because he's got a lot of tools in there. I'm shocked and also really grateful that there wasn't a voodoo on the board, because I think he's lame. And so,
Yeah, guys, what are you doing? There's no voodoo, there's no black cat, there's no Thanos. You guys not listen to podcasts?
I'm starting
Right.
to
Yeah,
think
seriously.
the
Yeah,
danger
exactly.
room lied to
Well,
me.
so Voodoo not being on this board is a direct thought of Black Order showing up. I mean, that's
Yeah.
all it is. Like I felt okay into Guardians overall. Like in the overall, it's like, okay, if you didn't bring Black Order, like I've got enough dice, I can probably be okay with this, and enough displacement and everything. But as soon as you hit that Guardians, I'm like, fuck. I knew I should have brought Magic and somebody else.
Yeah, I felt the same way about going into Convocation, except for me, the biggest key was trying to make sure that I was able to leverage Sword.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is a crisis that I really like. I think it does a good job of forcing the action.
Yeah.
If you're doing things correctly with the Guardians, which I think I did set up well by, I was talking at the beginning of the game and saying, gosh, what a luxury it is to be able to have Rocket and Groot, where I just put them right here in the middle of the board where pretty much everybody knows they're going to go. And then what did that allow me to do on, turn 0 was to flank Star-Lord and Gamora out and really force some hard decisions, knowing that Clea, teleport, and all this other stuff is coming.
Yeah.
It's just such a luxury to have that. And I felt the same way about Guardians going into Convocation. I've got bigger dice pools. I've got more rerolls. I've got status effects. I've got good wild triggers. Um, and felt that from a kill standpoint that my dice would hold up, and if I'm able to put Ghost Rider in the table, I think he's an excellent hard counter into Hulk, because while Hulk is presenting 20 hit points on the table, I've got a Ghost Rider that can potentially present 30. So
Another thing we noted on the cast was how the Guardians roster had so much energy on it that it did a lot to negate Ironbound books.
yeah, yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, Ironbound Books was here because I expected to see Gamora. I mean,
And
that's why it's
Guardians were here because I expected to see Ironbound books.
Yep, there you go.
So the other moment I wanted to talk about was on the second to last turn, where the I am Groot got put into Hulk. Why didn't you use sacrifice there?
Wasn't Mordo dead?
No, not yet. He died from getting thrown in. Hulk getting thrown into him.
Well,
Yeah.
that explains where my thought was. I mean, look, at that point, it was over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it was sure. Like, I looked at the card and everything even before that happened and was like, oh yeah, I can use sacrifice here. But it was one of those things where, I mean, how many more stabs do I need before I just take the medicine? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Very
at
fair.
that point, I knew this game was over when I didn't kill Gamora. It just was taken, or I'm sorry, when Strange went down is really when I was like, okay, well, this game is over. It's just how much over is it? You know what I mean? And I felt like I did at least an okay job of trying to continue to play and everything, and continue to make moves and stuff, because when you do have a Hulk on the board, it at least
Yeah.
gives you an opportunity.
I mean,
know?
even in that second to last round with with Star-Lord getting nuked,
Yeah.
and the work that he was putting in there, it's like that's a butt cheek chucker or puckering moment, right? Like, it's like, okay, we're gonna still need to hold on here. Like, okay, yeah, let's. Okay, we still got my boys here. I still have my core of like what I like to do with this 17 list, which is deal with the devil.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
still there. So like, there's the ace in the hole. Like, I still have that. I'm good. Right.
Yep.
That's why when you've got Rocket and Groot and they're both deal with the devil candidates.
Oh yeah.
It's such a trump card because it allows you to have a Ghost Rider that is just running around the table, almost doing whatever he wants. Just hyper aggressive. I don't care about positioning. All I care about is putting myself in position to do damage. Right. And it's such a luxury. So.
Oh yeah. Deal with the Devil is a wonderful card.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have to go back to work now. So yes. Yeah, we were playing while I was at work. So man, this is a fun game. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I am super pumped to have had an opportunity to play against such a high level convocation player that had
thanks,
some
man.
real variety to your list that I think there's a lot of times throughout the season, less so towards the end, but like for the first couple of weeks, like I knew exactly what my opponent was going to put on the table, right?
Yeah.
And I literally had like called it almost to a T. And so, that's one of the, maybe if anything, one of the things that I've done well with the way that this TTS format works. But with your roster, I'm like, I don't even know what I want to do, if I get priority, if I don't. I was waffling back and forth, like, do I want to go secures? Well, we have, the same secures. I think his strongest play is potentially on demons at a low threat level, because of what you can do with Voodoo and Clea, right?
Yep.
And so, if I had to have chosen, I ended up going and thinking to myself, I think I want to go extracts here to give him this scare of research station, right?
Yeah.
Because at least then, that's really going to put the fear of that Black Order out there. And if we play research station and you get sword and you choose 14, I've got a really good Guardians list at 14 that I think can put in some serious work on Convocation, especially if they don't have a Hulk there. Because, like I was telling you, I think Hawkeye is just absolute poison for Convocation.
Oh yeah. He's nasty. I hate it. I hate him.
He does heinous things to Mordo. And if you go to the Ironbound books turn, well, then I just swap over to energy, right?
Yeah.
And with that Guardians leadership getting those wild procs, shocks and slows and bleeds and all that stuff. Normally I would play Drax as my 3 there. So Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, Drax, and Hawkeye, because I love the bleed synergy that Hawkeye and Drax have together. But this is a rare occasion where I would have gone Proxima. So,
well, there you go. Nice.
Well, commiserations again, Will, and we look forward to seeing you next season.
Thank you.
Guys, if you haven't already checked out House Party Protocol podcast, go listen to more of Will talking about the game. It's good stuff there. And congratulations.
That's you there. Oh, yeah. Cool, man. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And congratulations again, Barncat, and we look forward to seeing you in the next round.
Yeah. Somehow I've just kind of stumbled ass backwards into this, just murdering stuff along the way, man. So.
Well, that's the Guardian's way, isn't it?
Yeah. This is my first miniature game. Started playing back in October. Had a really good buddy, Blair Bunky, for some folks that might know him from the X-Wing community. He's been my game testing partner. Got me into this, introduced me to the TTS server back in December. Played my first online game against Morgan Reed and just got the absolute dog piss beat out of me. I've been hooked ever since.
I do really got to run, but I'll see y'all.
See you around, Will.
Sorry.
Literally probably played about 200 games online since then, just in the TTS server. So odds are if somebody goes in there and types in LFG, there's a good chance I'll be prowling around trying to play pickup games. So yeah, fantastic stuff. Really appreciate the stream, guys. This has just been a real privilege. I really want to thank our judge. I mean, like I'd mentioned it kind of during the game. You guys might not have picked up on it, but man, like the fact that these guys are available for this stuff, and obviously the knowledge base and stuff that goes into it, and the attention to detail that goes into it, and the amount of time these guys spend on this stuff, it's just beyond reproach. It's fantastic. I am such a big fan of this TTS community and everything. It's been fantastic. From all the pickup games to everybody's been really rad. So it's pretty cool to be able to kind of continue to move along and hopefully be able to pick up games against more folks, that I might not have been exposed to. Just picking up games in general chat over there. So
awesome.
Fantastic.
Right, guys. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, again, thanks to my co-hosts, to Lexa, to Moray, and to Thad. And again, thanks to Dizzard for judging the game, and to our two amazing players who we hope to see back in the cup next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Right, guys. Thanks very much. See you next time.
This time, so who knows?